Well, if you're a big fan of roguelites, but you want something just a little bit different, just something a little bit with a twist, you might want to check out Empty Shell. This is by CC Arts, who's also the developer of Saint Hell, which was an FPS roguelite where you try to survive on an island with a ton of robots spawning, trying to rip you apart to shreds. But this is their next IP, which is Empty Shell. Empty Shell will throw you into a dark industrial environment, a secret facility on a Japanese island. Each volunteer has signed a contract for a recovery operation without being privy to many details. A tense roguelite survival horror with a top-down perspective. It is all in black and white. You are seeing everything through the cameras in the facility, and you are this character top-down trying to survive. You're going in there thinking, I'm just here to recover some things, and then things really go downhill from there. So with that, let's go ahead and check out by CC Arts and Hyperstrange, Empty Shell. Already the intro is like very specific, very direct, right? Oh, sainthell.exe. Nice. Little nod to the previous game. Very cool. 1954, loss of communications with the facilities. This is back in 1954. 1954, contact attempts. Toward the end of December, expedition preps. And then December 24th, 1954, expedition departure, 25 members plus 11 crew. January 4th, 1955, expedition arrival. January 6th, loss of communications with expedition. January 10th, 1955, purge of information related to the facility and the expedition. And then we jump to October 12th, 1975, reconnaissance aircraft reporting the presence of lighting at those coordinates. And then must organize second expedition. So at this point, we know that something happened in the 1950s at this facility on an island in Japan. From there, the whole crew of that expedition disappeared. They lost communication with them. They gave up until they started seeing lights and other things present in the facility in 1975. So we're looking at about 20 years at that point since the original purge of information. Then they decide, you know what, we're going to have a second expedition and see what's actually going on here. Okay, there's our stamina bar, which is right on our character, so that's pretty nice. Oh, okay. So dodge isn't like a massive dodge roll like we see in many different games. This is actually more of like a, I actually kind of dodge to the left, dodge to the right. I kind of sidestep, which makes sense, honestly. That would be more of what people would do. Use gadget if equipped, G. Use device if equipped, F. Okay, so we have F and G. G for gadget, F for device. Once or if we have one. Okay. My God, there is a supply crate. Oh, shit. God. Jesus, as soon as I opened up the crate there, just insta-attacked. Some kind of spider creature or something? Oh boy. This zooming in and out is very funky. I don't seem to control it either. It just seems to be depending on where I'm going. Also, darkness is truly terrifying. Because you really can't see certain things. Protection plates, medium caliber bullets, energy shell cells. Sure, I will take it all. Oh, shit. Okay, there are enemies that can shoot, too. Alright, we got some money. So good to know. It seems like maybe other past expeditions and people were kind of converted or taken over. December 2nd, 1954. The origin of this facility has never ceased to amaze me. The construction work started in 1947, just 2 years after the war. In 1948, the base became officially operational. The prototype of the main technology studied here, SSLW, subspeed of light waves, had been completed in 1949, the year in which the first signal to Alpha Centauri was sent. If I hadn't been here to witness the speed of the signal, less than 30% slower than the speed of light, I myself couldn't have believed it. Over the years, 4 more signals were sent, but we waited almost 5 years for the original one to arrive at the destination. We were suspecting an error in the communication systems when after less than 2 months, we received an answer. Oh, so maybe aliens. Maybe we're dealing with aliens here. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I will say, with the style, like, I appreciate the theatrics of it, but it is hard to see enemies because of it being pixelated, because the camera just automatically will zoom in, zoom out on you. And also on top of that, just with the lighting and stuff, like, unless it moves, I can't really tell that anything's there. I can't tell the difference between an enemy and a box. It's interesting, too, because the audio is muffled, which, again, for the style, the theme, it makes sense. But it's also, like, weird hearing sound like that. Like, it does make sense on why, because we're looking at it through a camera that's fairly old, too. But also it's just, it, like, messes with your brain a little bit, hearing it so muffled. You can't really rely on sound or sight, for that matter, when it comes to these creatures. Oh my god. Oh, it's a party. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, and I'm dead. Alright, we just got insta-swarmed. So that's a thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Claw hammer, the wooden handle is worn from use, but still looks usable. It still looks relatively sharp despite the signs of wear. I mean, I don't know if there's a big difference between the hammer and the knife. I also kind of wish that we had stats. I'm guessing range has some bits to play into... the melee weapon that you can use, but again, not sure. I feel like there's just, like, information that should be in this game that just isn't. Like, they've been very forthcoming about the lore and about some of the other aspects, like the shift, the dodge, and everything, but then trying to get to your inventory and, like, trying to figure out, is this weapon worth my time or not? Just don't know, which is interesting. Here we go, we got some credits. Oh, boy. It's cool, too, that you can score criticals. It's interesting. Oh, access upgrade station. Alrighty, then. Turret with automatic rifle, which is very much a GTFO sort of thing. Medium caliber bullets. Health. Increases maximum health value by approximately 20%. Increases the maximum value of protections by approximately... I'm not sure on what protections means. A sensor that beeps when it detects hollow spaces beyond natural surfaces, such as rock faces, or artificial surfaces, such as concrete walls. A useful tool used during the construction of the facility in the late 1940s. Ooh, old fireman's axe. Fun. I am a survivor, I'm not gonna give up. Want you to fuck off. Leave me alone. Bad touch. What the fuck? There's the big hand. We read about you. Oh, you are tanky AF. Oh, don't like. Oh, we are gonna die. Oh, we are so dead. The thing's gonna finger me to death. What is this, Super Smash Brothers? Get the big hand out of here. Alright, let's see here. 6 bullets left. Let's go with the laser rifle light. This thing is tanky. There it is. What do you mean empty? Oh, it jumps. Alright. Ow. Well, there was no avoiding that, honestly. We didn't have the bullets or the abilities. Shit. We got him trapped in a corner. Ow. Fuck him up. Ow. Hell yeah. Dad, you were right. As big as an elephant. All right, we got the hand. Gotta hand it to me. I took that on pretty well, you know. Oh, shit. Oh, God, it's a swarm. A little bit faster, please. Oh, shotgun definitely helping with this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Stuck on a damn piece of environment again. Oh. Yeah, sometimes you just get swarmed by these things. And it's like, yeah, this is not good. This is gonna hurt. HP in a dream. Yeah, we're gonna die. How are you going through solid objects? I would like to know how you're going, because I swear I couldn't walk through those. Whatever those things are, I can't really tell because of the camera, but... Oh, of course. Awesome. I feel like besides the art style kind of getting in its way in some respects, enemies are going through solid objects. It seems like... It definitely felt like they were going through solid objects that we could not. Like, we were colliding with it, they were walking through it. Like, it's a very interesting game, and I really like the lore. And the game really has me wanting to, you know, keep pushing on. But there are some frustrating moments with it. And it's not just like, oh, the game is difficult. It is difficult, but I just feel like there are certain choices in the game that make it difficult unintentionally. Oh, Lord, they coming. Yes, they were going through a solid box. Okay. I was like, this doesn't feel right, because I could not walk that way. But they were just strolling through like nobody's business. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's weird. Like, enemies are going through some solid objects that I'm colliding with and getting stuck on. And then on top of that, I feel like there are times where I should be hitting the enemy. Like, they should be right there within range. And instead, they're hitting me and I don't hit them. And I'm not sure what that's all about. But again, it's hard to tell because of the camera. It's the art style kind of gets in the way of like really pinpointing if it's bug or just human error. Drone? Oh, so there's a turret and then there's a drone. Oh, you bet your ass I want to get that. Hold on. Heal up. Frickin' drone with a gun. Yeah, gimme. Amazon's last wish right there. Let's do this. Oh God, it's the hand, it's back. It wants a manicure. Oh God. Hold please. And then what do we want to do? Turret with automatic rifle or drone? Yeah, let's go with turret. What? Bad touch. Dead? Dead? Nice. Super dead. All right. High five. We got a big end. Oh, God. Where are you going? And we got a big worm? The fuck are you?
Finish him.
Oh, Lord, this is not good. Nope. Run, motherfucker. Oh, reload interrupted my ass. Oh, fuck off, game. God, that's freaking annoying. Interrupted, interrupted. Really? And I'm dead. Thanks, game. Cool. Oh, that's fucking frustrating. Constantly tried to reload, just kept getting interrupted, ran out of stamina, trying to do everything I can and just get screwed. Oh, man, that's rough. But so the hand seems to be the first boss of the first section, so building C. The big earthworm seems to be building B. And with that boss, you seem to shoot it, and it does end up getting smaller, evidently. Now, if we had a turret, that would have been great. We had a grenade, but the problem was we couldn't get any distance, so even if I used it, it probably would have killed us anyway. Oh, man, the timing on that. But the nice thing is we don't have to redo all of Building C again. We can now just jump back into doing Building B all over again. Oh, shit. Awesome. Yeah, we're screwed. Yep. Once again, no ammo. And for some reason, even though the spider was lunging forward, we were even getting hit when we were behind the creature. So, not a lot we could have done there. We had no drone, no turret, no ammo. We were getting hit when it wasn't even directly hitting us. Yeah, so a ton of lore, which is really cool. And again, it gives you something to work toward, right? Like, you're trying to clear buildings within a specific time if you want. Like, if you want to compete on time, you can do that. If you want to compete to be on the leaderboards against other players, you can do that. If you want to find all the lore, get the achievements, you can grind for those. I'm pretty sure there are like 80-some achievements for this game. Yeah, 81 achievements, and we have 8 thus far. I mean, there's a lot of like replayability in that sense and a lot to work toward. And of course, you die, you try again, you die, you try again, which is a part of the roguelite, right? Until you start learning the map, you start learning the weapons, you start learning about the enemies and what you can do. And again, it's like I'm getting that value from this game when it comes to the lore, when it comes to wanting to explore, because we're getting some very unique enemies, some interesting enemies, but some very unique even bosses, right, that we're going up against, like the giant hand randomly, like the giant earthworm thing. And the aesthetic is very intriguing. But again, I feel like the aesthetic also hinders the game a bit because it just makes it so hard to see shit and to really tell what kind of enemies you're facing at times and where certain things are, among many other facets. It's just visually just very hard to see stuff and to really get around the way you would like to. And I feel like you'd have better vision if you were in first person, not looking through this camera aesthetic, right? And again, it's like, it's weird because I really like the concept. I just think that it also really gets in the way at times. And then on top of that, hit registration. Your hits don't always register with melee. Theirs always do, even when they don't seem to be in range to hit you. Some enemies are going through solid objects. Some weapons are traveling through solid objects to hit you as well, but yet you can't do the same. So that right there tells me like it's a collision issue or some sort of like, you know, coding issue with what's going on with the enemies in comparison to you. So there is quite a bit of that happening as well, which is unfortunate. So far, playing this game, it's like I'm really intrigued on the lore. There's a part of me that really wants to keep going, but there's a part of me that's just getting frustrated at some of the hindrances that I feel like really shouldn't be hindrances. If I was to rate this game, I would definitely give it like a 6 out of 10. And even then, I'm almost tempted to do 5 out of 10 because of the whole issue with the hit registration and the enemies going through solid objects, you know? And the constant just annoyance of getting interrupted with your reloads and stuff like that. And again, I know that sometimes a situation just happens where the RNG is just not in your, in your, you know, what do I want to say? Like, the RNG is just not on your side, and I totally get that as well. So there are going to be just times where you're in a fight and you're like, I don't have enough ammo, I don't have a turret, I don't have anything that can back me up, we're just dead, let's try it again, hopefully we'll get luckier. And that is totally understandable. So, you know, from that point, I totally get it. It's like the same with some of these other roguelites where it's like, you know what, I didn't get the boons I needed, damn, or, you know, we lucked out on this weapon, but then this ability didn't help us any, and so we just didn't have enough DPS or enough protection or whatever it may be, right? So totally get that. So that's not an issue for sure. But definitely frustrating to get hit by stuff when you feel like you shouldn't, to have your hits not register when you feel like they should. You can visually see that there was contact. And it's like, and just like the visual aesthetic, I love the concept. That's why I'm so torn, but I just feel like it really does get in the way at times though. And it's hard to distinguish, is this an enemy, or is this a barrel, or is this something else with some light, you know, reflecting off of it? And then also, what type of enemy is it? Because I can't really tell. So, you know, it's hard to really kind of strategize at all. And I guess maybe that's intentional, but to me, that just seems more frustrating than it needs to be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn on the game because I want to really like it. I think there's some really neat things, but I think there are some things that also tend to keep it back. But I definitely do applaud the developer, CC Arts, for trying something very different, very niche within a roguelite, with this kind of visual representation and stuff. And I think it's very cool. And the amount of lore is very impressive. It's way more than what we were getting from Saint Hell. And it's a lot more content than we were getting from Saint Hell, with a lot more maps and stuff. So, you know, I definitely am very appreciative of that and very excited to try to push through. But it does feel like I'm kind of pushing through a little bit, which I hate feeling that way. You know what I mean? It's like I want to do it, but there's just that little part of me that's just like kind of holding me back because there are just certain aspects that are just more frustrating than I feel like they should be. Thank you very much for watching the video today, and I will see you in the next one.